Guys, welcome back to my channel. One of you requested that I do a recap of the last episode we saw of the show, and honestly I have to tell you guys that it was like the most boring episode to date. I stopped about like 15 minutes in and kind of just like watched Real Housewives of Melbourne for a little bit just to like get myself psyched back up to watch this like snooze fest yet again. But just for you, girl, I have my thoughts and opinions on the episode. I'm not going to recap it because there wasn't enough happening for me to do a recap, but I can share my thoughts on it, so let's go. I love how at the beginning of the scene, Sophia literally told Farrah that she was not moving with her down to LA and that she was going to do her own little thing down in Texas. So maybe Farrah wasn't lying after all those years ago when she said that Sophia didn't want to move to Florida with her because she was just going to do her own little thing. I also found it really annoying how Amber had like one of those woe is me and Matt against the world kind of conversations with one of the producers, and just talking about how like one of her biggest desires is to prove people wrong. I feel like it's just such a stupid, childish mentality to have. Honestly, Amber, if millions and millions and millions of people are telling you there's something wrong with your man, sorry not sorry, but there's probably something wrong with your man, you know what I mean? And it's just so annoying that Matt is so concerned about her daughter Leah and like hanging with her, calling her boo boo, swinging with her on the swing set and all that stuff, but he can't even be bothered to like see his own children. That sets off a lot of alarm bells for me, and it's just so disgusting that Amber thinks of them as like mistakes he's made in the past that he doesn't have to acknowledge to this date. And it's like, how the hell can you let a man around your children who doesn't even want to be around his own? First of all, warning sign, a 40-year-old man that you hardly know living in a house with you and your child. I don't know about that. I also thought that the card that Tyler gave to Caitlyn when she came back for rehab was really, really sweet. I had never seen him write before, and he has some beautiful, beautiful ass handwriting. I don't know if I'm the only one. Let me know in the comments below if you did this as well, but I watched this online. I literally paused the scene just to read the card because I'm nosy like that, and it was just sweet. It was so good for Tyler, making his little efforts to try and pick Kate up, let her know that she's not alone in her struggle and in her journey. It was really great of him. So that was a sweet little reunion scene. When it came to baby Jade's birthday party, Taylor and his friends all wearing, what is that, things that matter lifestyle outfits and like pleather pockets everywhere. It was just like, Taylor's always looking for an opportunity to advertise his little pleather shirt business. And you know, I can't knock his hustle. At least he's got a hustle, unlike some of these like professional couch dwellers. I thought that was good for him, but it was kind of funny. It made me chuckle a little bit. And it's really awesome to me that Jen and Larry both went to the birthday party. First of all, that Macy feels like she could invite them. But then again, it's not surprising that she feels like she could invite them. Wouldn't you invite your child's babysitters to a birthday party for them? I know I would. Like, thank you so much for your services. It was also really cute that Ryan was disappointed that he didn't get an invitation to the party. He actually looked genuinely hurt. So their little blended family relationship is so enviable. I'm sure that so many of the other moms like across the franchises wish that they had a relationship with their baby daddies and the family of them the same way that Macy does with hers. It's really cute and really sweet. It was really heartbreaking to hear Amber talk about how she's still depressed about like missing Leah and those sorts of things, and how she's missed some pickup days with Leah because she just couldn't get out of bed some days because she was so like debilitatingly depressed. Like, that really broke my heart, and I just hope that she starts seeking professional help for her problems like she used to in the past. I think that would really do her a big benefit. Do any of you guys notice how Matt literally feels the need to insert himself into any and everything Amber says? For example, last episode she was uncomfortable about the house but excited about the house at the same time, and Matt would say things like, "We deserve it, baby." And then when they'd go shopping, Amber was picking out furniture for her house because it's Amber's house, she pays the bills, we know that, and she's going to be the one paying for the furniture. But Matt, like without even looking at price tags or consulting with Amber on things, would be like, he'd be like, load that in, we're gonna take that, we're gonna take that. Like, he's always inserting himself into things that pertain to Amber, and I feel like it's just classic abuser tactics, really trying to solidify the victim's identity as one with you in like all aspects. So Amber's like, oh, I'm so depressed over this Leah situation, and then Matt's like, yeah, like we've been going through it really hard. Matt, who's we? And why aren't you depressed about your 9 other children? One thing that I seriously love about Farrah's mom, Deb, is that she is a box of crazy and you literally never know what she's gonna say. Like in this one scene, Farrah's complaining about how Simon won't return the truck or this or that or like do things on time for her. He's disorganized and it really frustrates her. And Deb is like, well, Farrah, like what the hell's going on? I found like a good sale at Home Depot. Home Depot is 30% off right now. We could have been there. And Farrah just got so frustrated. She's like, really, Mom? Really? Home Depot is 30% off right in the middle of someone's stress. Can you imagine someone being that kooky? I could see why Farrah flies off her handle sometimes because her mom is just so unnecessarily like stupid in the comments that she makes. It's really, really crazy to me also that Farrah would just outright call Simon a liar and a scam artist, because earlier in the episode, she talks about how he did pay her back for the ring that she had originally bought for herself, hoping that he would propose with it. So what does he owe her money for at this point? Do any of you guys know? Share in the comments below if you know, because I was really, really lost as to why she called him a scam artist. Or why she said that he owed her money, because other than that, I don't understand why Simon would borrow money from her, because they claim he's a really, really successful real estate agent. So why would he need to borrow money from Farrah? It seems these days that he's actually active on social media. Apparently he does Snapchat stories about the show. So if any of you guys can ask him and let us know in the comments, that would be amazing. Guys, I'm already literally like 80% through recapping it. Literally nothing happened this episode. After all this, Gary brought Leah over to Amber's house, and he essentially, before bringing her over, he pep talks her. He's like, Leah, make sure your mama makes you brush your teeth. I know that you don't always brush your teeth while you were there. And I was like, nah, Amber, that is just nasty. And then he also said something along the lines of, I need to like get a hold of you X many days, blah, 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 call me. It's really weird to me because I feel like in that moment, and he even said this, he's like, if mommy doesn't give you the phone to talk to me, then you ask her to call me. That's like, it's really, did that stick out to any of you guys as well? Because it's like, Amber is Leah's mom. So why is Gary so scared? Like, that is someone who is scared of where he's sending his child away to, that like she literally has to call him every day. He almost gave her too much responsibility for her age at that point when he tells her to tell her mom that she has to call him. Like, even if like Amber doesn't feel like being on the phone with Gary for 1 second, I felt like that might have been like towing the line a little bit. But honestly, it really makes you wonder what goes on behind closed doors that we're not seeing on MTV. Like, MTV is infamous for hiding a lot of the girls' drug addiction problems and violence problems. So you really have to wonder, like, what is it that makes Gary say something like that? Some of you guys across the internet are suspecting that Amber and Matt are pregnant because there was like a swing set and one of the like little swings was like a baby swing. I personally just see it as a swing set that was sold like that. I don't think they're pregnant. I think that's just the way it was sold. So next scene, we get to see Macy bitching about Ryan as always. Can you imagine that's your only job in life is to bitch about your baby daddy? Like, that's an amazing ass gig and you get paid 6 figures? Frig, sign me the hell up. I don't have a baby daddy, but I'll get one for the amount of money Macy's making. So she's bitching about the fact that he doesn't attend Bentley's baseball games, and she says that because he doesn't attend, she's thinking of like starting this thing where if he doesn't attend, he doesn't get Bentley, because it means that his parents are going to watch Bentley anyway. I feel like that's a bit of an overreaction, because like maybe like Macy's the one who wanted to be the baseball parent. We don't know that Ryan doesn't have Bentley and other activities. Do you know what I mean? That appeal to him more to go to. We also don't know how far away the baseball field is from Ryan. I mean, yeah, for your kid, you can go as far as possible, especially considering Ryan has no job or school to be at. But I think there are a few other factors, and we have to be careful because we're only getting one side of the story on these sorts of things. And I don't believe that just because Ryan doesn't go to Bentley's baseball games, he doesn't hang out with Bentley. I don't think the two necessarily correlate, but Macy's job is to bitch about Ryan, so I'm gonna let her do her little job. Then next up, we get to see Farrah's controversial escort friend Jenna as they go to some kind of salon together. And something really funny about the two of them is that it seems like Farrah kind of morphed herself into a blonde version of Jenna. Another funny thing about Jenna to me is that she looks like the poor man Stassi Schroeder. And if you guys know Bravo celebrities, you'll know that Stassi is from Vanderpump Rules. They talk about Simon. So Farrah doesn't like Simon anymore, it seems like, so she's just trashing him to any and anyone who will listen to her. You know what, guys? I know you're gonna be messy in my comments asking me to touch up on rumors about like Simon pimping Farrah out or whatever, but I am not touching that. I don't know I don't know how I feel one way or the other. Anything's possible in this world, but I'm not touching that rumor. Do any of you guys also notice that we haven't seen Sophia since the first scene of this whole entire episode? And I'm 99% sure, like actually let's say this, 100% sure that she doesn't come back. Like this whole episode. This is Teen Mom. Where the fuck's your child? You know what I mean? And that's the same with Teen Mom 2 as well. Like in a lot of like people's scenes, they just don't have children in a lot of their episodes. And you're just wondering, well, if you're not gonna hang out with your child, why are we paying you dollars to film a reality show about parenthood? This is not like The Hills. This is Teen Mom. So, you know, either you strap your child to your back and film a scene, or give me back my money, because I'm not funding this. Anyway, back to Farrah and Bootleg Stassi here. Farrah kind of alludes to a lot of things that were really surprising to me, because I never felt like Farrah was the type to put up with certain things in a relationship, but you never really know with people. Like a lot of people with hard exteriors are really, really soft. So she tells her friend that Simon, she doesn't tell her this outright, but she strongly implies that Simon has a problem with her hanging around with what's her name? Is that her name? Sorry, not Bootleg Stassi. Her name's Jenna. So she implies that Simon has a problem with the two of them hanging out. To me, that might dispute the rumors, because Jenna's an escort, so maybe that's the reason Simon doesn't want Farrah hanging out with her. But you devil's advocates and messy bitches out there are gonna say, you know what, that could not even be it. Maybe it's the fact that Simon wants to be her handler and Jenna has better connections to be her handler, so Farrah might pick Jenna, so we never know. That's why I'm not touching the damn rumors, no matter how much you ask me to. She also says that Simon texts her really, really horrible things that would make her cry if she weren't a stronger person. Like, that really surprised me. I feel like Farrah is so harsh and abrasive that someone like Simon would think twice before saying anything really like verbally abusive to her, because like, wouldn't you be scared of waking up with like a slit throat or like a missing toe finger or like organ? I'd be scared if I said something to Farrah. I'm surprised she's putting up with this, because she's so like, I'm independent, I don't need you. And it's like, you know what, if someone's gonna speak to you that way, you better tell them to F-U-C-K off. You don't need anyone like that in your life. So anytime Farrah talks to Jenna about Simon, Jenna's advice is always dump him, leave him, you can do better. And that certainly did not change one bit this episode, as expected. And honestly, after hearing what Farrah said, let's put it this way. If a regular person told me, hey, my boyfriend doesn't like me hanging out with this person or that person, and he says really mean things to me, I'd say, you need to dump the guy. But we've seen the way Farrah treats and speaks to people she's dating, the parents of people she's speaking to or dating. Remember that Daniel guy? She met the mom, and the mom told her that she didn't have children of her own yet, and the stepmom, I should say, of her own yet. And Farrah was like, wow, you're getting up there in age. You're probably never gonna have any. You're gonna be a lone bird. That's the way she speaks to people. So I can't just say, oh, run away and leave him, because it's like, that's the way Farrah treats people too. So it's either she treats someone who could hold their own and dish it back to her that way, or she really destroys someone who can't hold their own and give it back to her that way. And I feel so bad saying that, but it's like, well, you're not like innocent Susie over here. You're like a verbally abusive person yourself. So this is like how karmic laws work. Everything you put out comes back tenfold, and you can't play the victim all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It's like, if you like dishing verbal abuse, you better love taking it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Last but not least, we saw that Caitlyn went to see her therapist. She got herself a new bright pink sweater. It looked really nice and pretty on her. I'm happy to see her like making those small baby steps towards, you know, picking back up and feeling like herself again. Like, you know, something as simple as changing your outfit and getting something new and fresh could really, really help you, you know, a long way down the line. She smiles, she talks like everything's okay, but you could still see that she's dead behind the eyes, so that really hurt my feelings for her. I hope to see her do a lot better in the future. So those are all my thoughts for the episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. You can also suggest what videos you want me to do for you. And you can also follow me across social media as well. That's all for now. See you next time.